Hello world, my name is Atticus and welcome back to the break room. Today is unfortunately our last day with sunless skies. So let's sell the box. I'm really tempted. Like a part of me wants to continue on this same save file with the same lineage. Another part of me is like, this is a wealth-oriented captain. They'd sell it. We're like 3 generations removed from Whitlock. And another part of me is like, we're probably not supposed to sell the box. But it is an option. We're gonna sell it. A fair exchange. Eventually, after putting the word out among your acquaintances, you manage to find someone willing to take the box off your hands. A conversation piece, perhaps. They pay you in bright sovereigns and promise you a favor in the future. Captain Whitlock's box is someone else's problem now. We got 150 sovereigns for it. And a cryptic benefactor. Intriguing. Onwards. Let's consider our ambition. We are a 10th of the way to the first step of our ambition. So that's great. Can we upgrade the engine any? No. Best we can do is the Shivering Jemmy, a wheezing, sputtering, ramshackle engine dating from the first days of London's settlement. It gobbles fuel like a starved wolf and sulks worse than a cat kept in. I'm sorry, I'm a little unwell at the moment, but we're gonna get the episode out. It might be short. That's unfortunate. But by golly, we'll get the episode out. It gobbles fuel like a starved wolf and sulks worse than a cat kept in from the rain. It will, at best, suffice. So is this like the engine we have? Because everything's at 100%. Are we at like less than 100%? We'll save up, see if we can't get some sensible plumbing. Yeah, maybe an additional cargo bay. Bronze wood shielding. Okay, most of this is helpful. You know what? Let's get a mining array. Yeah, we're gonna get a mining array. That seems like a good thing to have. Is there... Do we just have that now? Do we have to equip it to the ship? I'm unsure. Maybe we just have to have it on hand. I'm going to assume that. I've just realized we're out of both things, which is a good thing to have noticed. I was definitely just about to, like, set out into the world. And that would have been a very short adventure. Let's go 3 of each. Nope, not that much. 2 of each. And we'll have a short adventure. Let's see, what's unexplored? Yeah, let's go left. Why not? Maybe that's where Trader Wood is. If I remember correctly, that's where we're headed. Maybe there's a big old sky to search, but you know, maybe it's this way. Just as likely as any other direction. A lighthouse, that's fun. I like that. The light sweeping across. I like that a whole bunch. These god rays. From out in the ether to out in the ether. It's all very good. Scavenge. What did we get? Oh. Wait. There we go. That's unfortunate. Okay, a caddy of dried tea. Alright. What was... Oh my. Game freaked out there for a second. This is Hodge's Crucible, a place we've driven past before, and a terror-inducing, apparently? That's alarming. The cold does not seem like a terribly good sign. Let's go there anyway. The sky closes its cold jaws about you. Water freezes in the pipes. Engineers scurry to and fro with boiling kettles. I hope they work. I always figured it was pretty cold out here. How much colder does it have to get for the world to look like this? Of course, maybe I'm mistaken about the ambient temperature of the sky in sunless skies. That's a possibility. What do you got? There's that thing, something grave, but also a station. After much flattery, your bat admits to having found something. Perhaps a traitor would. Oh, what? I've leveled up. I thought something, like, exploded on the ship or something. What do we got? We can be scarred, spell in prison, an interlude in red and gold, a mentor, the smoggy streets. What did I say I wanted to increase? I think it was mirrors. I wanted to bump mirrors. The august avenues, a lost love, haunted, a promise of days, an esteemed predecessor, a disgraced predecessor. An interlude in red and gold, and the august avenues are the only ones that bump mirrors primarily. And we've already done the interlude in red and gold, so no wait, promise of days. Why do none of these boost hearts? Not a single one of them. Let's go with the august avenues. You spent your youth in stuffy sitting rooms and chandeliered parlors. Hush, and you can still hear the delicate sound of silver spoons on china cups. You were not ungrateful, but your life was hedged by bounds of civility and expectation. You had to disobey sometimes to discover who you were. When you had to rebel, how did you do it? Secretly and occasionally, you wouldn't bring shame to your household. You kept your disobediences modest and discreet. No one was the wiser. Or openly and frequently. A cage is a cage, whether it's gilded or not. You were punished, of course. It didn't stop you. Let's go with that one. Get our iron up. There's 20 of these. Can you imagine? Like, I'm imagine. I don't think it's happened to us yet, but I'm pretty sure your lineage gets a bit of experience. Alright, so if it's half, I ended at level 4. The next captain will be level 2. I don't think it's that generous, but maybe. notice for the first time, opening the game for this session, that the studio is called Fail Better Games, and if this game's Carillon. Okay, not quite what I was going for, but good nonetheless. Yeah, that's the whole shtick. You fail better. It's gonna take us many captains. They're each gonna fail, except for the last one, but they're gonna do a better job than the last, and that's what it's all about. Carillon's Center. This peaceful Carmine institution was founded by devils from London and dedicated to the betterment of the soul. Botheridge's A Tour of Heaven describes it as a cross between a spa, a sanatorium, and purgatory. She commends its bracing airs. We can enter Carillon's foyer, gray stone, the color of a monastery, or travel around Carillon. Carillon is broken into terraces where most of the soul treatments take place. Let's do it. Try to explore Carillon. Others seem to be coming and going as they please. Gentle denial. Before you can take the first step towards one of the terraces, a devil blocks your way. Not yet, I'm afraid. You must have permission from the presiding deviless. Some of our procedures are exceedingly delicate. We need to be certain you comprehend what you're seeing. He turns you in the direction of the center of Carillon. I'm sure she'll make time to see you. Okay, well, let's get a port report. The penitents come from all corners of the high wilderness. Someone will want to hear of their comings and goings. You take some notes on a pilgrim's journey through Carillon. The first port of call is the beehive-shaped office in the center, or, more accurately, the long queue leading into it. From there, the infernal attendants direct them to one of Carillon's 7 gardens to undergo penances. They certainly look penitent by the time they emerge. Presumably their souls are much improved, not that you can tell. Alright, let's go speak to the presiding deviless. She is an artisan of souls. Perhaps she can do something with yours. Perhaps she'll just offer you advice. Led between the wickerworks, the presiding deviless works in an office shaped like a beehive, a stone and wickerwork building that stands all alone in the middle of Carillon's central courtyard. She conducts intake interviews with new patients, one by one. After a long time in line, you reach her at last. Greetings, comrade. How may we stretch, strain, purify, and strengthen you, now that you've come to Carillon? Her apron is starched, her dress pinstriped. There is a stack of patient files on her desk, color-coded. The corners of her mouth say she knows something to your disadvantage. Provide exquisite insight. Goodness. You can only do this once. Such a dedicated user of Carillon, can you help her devise some new horrors for the minds of the unworthy? What do we need? Penance, ordeal. Penance, inescapable truth. Penance, indulgence. Penance, excess. Penance, enlightenment. Penance, endurance. Penance, deprivation. Penance, shift of perspective. And unlocked when you do not have the devil's particular appreciation. We got 1 down. We need undistinguished souls to buy indulgences. Okay. Interesting. Let's ask her about it. She must be used to explaining to newcomers and to those whose memories are attenuated by pain. 7 gardens for 7 sins. We do whatever is necessary to reclaim unsatisfactory souls, she says. She sits back in her chair, and you can imagine her making just such a pitch to the princes of Hades. For humans, primarily, though we do not attend to a few. Hold on. For humans, primarily, though we do attend to a few other creatures elsewhere on the great chain. They come to us with souls that are stained, disused, in every kind of sordid condition, and we make them acceptable again. Most of those who come to us are volunteers. The rest are beyond the position of being able to volunteer, consigned to Carillon by their families or employers. All right. Yeah, and after a stay at Carillon, what then? One should not enter if one does not know how to leave. She looks surprised. Most people go home again, she says. Some find that they are weary of their souls and pass them on to us. What? Excuse me? They pass their souls on? That doesn't sound great. We operate on that slender profit and on what we can get from donations or from sales of penance and forgiveness. She looks at the blank page before her. But what about you? You look sturdy enough to make full use of our services. Are you afraid of needles? What is your view of worms? Which do you fear more, venoms or poisons? I'd have to go venoms. I don't know too much about either. But if I'm getting poisoned, I'm probably like drinking something I enjoy. And if I'm getting venom, something's biting me. And I like that less. I'd rather be poisoned through a good tea than through a bite. Just in general. For anyone taking notes. Please don't poison me. Or venom me. I don't think that's a verb, but we're gonna make it one. We'll talk to Webster. We'll get it in the dictionary. She takes down a page or two on all your least favorite things. Listen to a proposal and gain access to the terraces of Carillon. A welcome patient. Listen, she says, you are free to make use of Carillon. Take a penance or two. Alter your soul. I think you'll find our services very imaginative. There is another matter I hope you will look into. A devil in rose-colored gloves. He used to supervise the Gaslight Terrace. He was removed from that position, but I fear he may still not be entirely aligned with the objectives of Carillon. If you find out anything about him, anything to his disadvantage... She looks grim. Bring me the evidence and I will reward you. Intriguing. Let's return. Come back if you have any other questions, says the Deviless. She has already opened the next file on her desk. We could perhaps at some point visit the isolated office of an abstemious devil. No sooner have you stepped off your engine than an invitation is pressed into your hand. Dear comrade, I understand you to be a person of admirable association. I require a sympathetic and intrepid captain. I hope that's you. It smells, faintly, of brimstone. We need affiliation with Establishment 5. That's a lot. Yeah, let's go ahead and travel around Carillon. Oh, goodness. There's so many. Ooh. Actually, there are reasons. Clear flickering. Yeah, let's go into the Terrace of Glass Statues. The path is a mirrored labyrinth. Entry is forbidden to those who are not already afflicted with a flickering soul. Yeah, let's do it. No one else on the passage to the terrace will admit that they know where they're going. What a curious figure, says an old man, pointing at his own reflection. Here's hoping there aren't any other clowns of that nature where we're going, eh? He jabs you in the rib with his elbow. We can fail to see our reflection anywhere, regard our reflection with distaste, or admire your reflection, which is handsomer than usual. Let's see, hold on, I got a D3 around here somewhere. Alright. I'm not talking about a D6 and I'm just pretending. This is an actual D3. It's got 3 sides. We've rolled a 3. We're admiring our reflection, which is handsomer than usual. You stumble over a woman in a bee costume and nearly miss the turning into the terrace. It's an absurd arrangement here. A person could wander the labyrinth all day long without reaching their destination. Alright. We have so little chance of success. Stand in front of one of the statues and it will melt into your pose. It will look you in the eye. Its face will be your face, minus a few marks of character. It will still be transparent. We can gain a penance of inescapable truth. We can approach the grim penitent or return. Or we can cure our flickering soul. We need a whole lot of penance. We're going to try and get that. Oh, we didn't. We failed. I guess we didn't learn the lesson. Impossible. A gentleman has published 3 conflicting memoirs, each correcting the last. As a corrective, he has had a second skeleton implanted alongside the first. As for your punishment, it does not bear speaking of. The experience leaves your throat parched. Alarming. Oh, we can just keep trying? We do build terror. Let's go. Oh wait, was that a new thing? A gentleman visited the realm behind the mirrors and came back significantly altered. Until the penitent recovers from this inclination, he has been dressed in a skin-tight garment with every body part labeled in gold ink. You know what? I said this is the last episode. We're gonna do it, or we're gonna die. We're gonna get this inescapable truth. A lady was always peevish, and then always claiming not to mean anything by it. As punishment, she is posed naked before a portraitist of pitiless accuracy. We did it, and we didn't even die of terror. A lady partook of utter shroom spores. As punishment, she has been dressed in a skin-tight garment with every body part labeled in gold ink. The supervising devil makes a few annotations in a notebook. We've done it. We've got the penance. If we got 9 more, we could cure our flickering soul. But I mean, we already got up to 25 terror. I don't think we can get 9 more. The man is slim and there are circles under his eyes. We can meet a grim penitent. The man is slim. Oh yeah, he shows no energy at all. Through the glass, he lifts his eyes when you seat yourself. It takes time to get him to speak. He finds the effort of conversation very hard going. For the first few exchanges, he confines himself to the weather at Carillon, but finally he tells you why he is here. Too many years I lived on the other side of a mirror, he says. So long that I forgot everything but that place and its ways, where is and is not change places. I took a companion and endured his not love. It took me a long time to recognize it for what it was. Well, I guess we can't really do anything. Whoops. Let him be. He seems exhausted. Yeah, okay, let's return to the center. This is a neat place. There are a few others leaving Carillon at the same time. A lady walks beside you, looking rather depressed. Interesting. I think if I was able to do this one, the Garden of Insatiable Roses, I forget you can't see my cursor. I think we'd stay here and try and get all of the penances so that we could advise the Deviless. Alack, we cannot. So let's check out the shops. We got some hours. Are we supposed to... We're buying them. This is a bargain. A gourd of chorister nectar. We need that, don't we? Oh. But we don't have... Well, I know where it is now, and that's good. It's the Alberclock? Yeah, bronzewood and chorister nectar. I think I did find the bronzewood at some point. Which means, yeah, it's just as if I can find 120, we've got ourselves the chorister nectar. Oh, that's the wrong button. Whoops. Checkerbird Garden. Oh, there's the gardens. Let's go take a look at the one I was just in. Assuming they're all visible. They might not all be. That makes sense. They can be below Curlin proper. That makes sense. Where to go? I guess just down, huh? You can see kind of a hint of more stuff below, but I guess we don't get the name. That's okay. I am going to see if we can't find Trader Wood. I'm also going to run this locomotive into the, well, not the ground, I guess. Ooh, there's a question mark over there. Let's check that out. A lot of neat stuff out in the world. Escovitch Peak. We got, what's that, like a walkway, some stairs? What is this place? This looks like a platform. Investigate, yes. An abandoned signal box. Window cracks have accreted a filling of moss green dust. Once white paint is yellowed and peeling. The signal box possesses... What was that? The signal box possesses a faded dignity, like a beleaguered butler. It was designed with pride, to be part of that great folly, the Isambard line. Inside, beneath a desk covered with rusted levers, is a luggage trunk. Captains in dire need can borrow from the cash inside, but custom dictates they must later replenish it. Sure, let's read the ledger. Captains who withdraw from the cash should note their names and ship and what they took. Occasionally, they add anecdotes. A recent entry. The handwriting is poor but legible. Captain Welton deposited fuel in the cache, hoping to gain good luck. There is a column for miscellaneous notes. The captain writes of a homestead their locomotive passed when journeying from Port Avon. The buildings were in the style of old London. The nostalgia brought the crew together after a near-disastrous encounter with a chorister bee. We got 2 sky stories from that. Let's raid the cache. The luggage trunk is sturdy and vast, large enough to have held a modest family's worldly goods on the journey through the avid horizon. Left here, it still serves those braving the wilderness. Let's take supplies, yeah. 2 engineers carry the crate from the signal box to your engine. The quartermaster will add it to your stores. Should you write in it and accrue a debt, or take without leaving a record. If we write in the ledger, we'll owe a debt, but this is the done thing. Or do not write in the ledger. Future captains will assume that whoever wrote the most recent entry is responsible for depleting the cash. You will not incur debt. Your crew will be unhappy. We're going to do that. 10 terror. We lost 4 crew? Where did they go? We're out in the middle of nowhere. Okay. The Stokers work vigorously. This place makes them yearn for the riotous camaraderie of New Winchester. Wow, they really didn't like that, huh? I just thought there would be like a mutiny in a bit. No, they bounced. Is it maybe like... Because there is nowhere for them to go. Is it just like they've decided they will not work for me and they're just gonna kick it? Or did they take like an escape pod and hope for the best? Maybe they stayed behind the signal box, or waiting for the next captain to come by so they can be like, hey, it was Captain Minerva took the supplies. Didn't write her name down. Well, this is lovely. Does that mean I'm going to get attacked soon by something? I have so much terror, and it's increasing. Oh, yeah, and there's, what is it, a scrivener? Scrivener? We're gonna try and slip past it. As much as I am hoping at some point soon we die to make like a very good cutoff for the video, I'm not gonna just like slam into an enemy we are ill-equipped to deal with. But if it was like a tackety and I thought I had a shot, sure, I'll take them on. I'll accrue a bunch of terror for no good reason. That's fine. What is this? Burn through supplies? Absolutely. We've been in worse straits. Oh, there's a port down here. What? How are we lucking out so much? Alright, where is it? New port, Captain. Your crew crowd to the windows. This is Somerset Camp. It's still not the port we're looking for. But it's not nothing. Traders... Oh wait, this is the place I'm looking for. Trader's Wood is a sprawling, secluded forest on the edge of the Reach. Few venture beneath its gloomy boughs, and legend speaks of a king who sleeps under the barrow at the wood's heart. Which one to do? A campfire, I guess. 3 figures draped in scholars' robes huddle around a campfire. They are arguing about kings. A banner in the colors of Somerset, London University's most respectable college, gleams in the firelight. As you approach, the discussion dies. One of the scholars, a woman with a fierce expression, stands up. Only scholars should be here. Are you one? No, you are not. Perhaps a gift would persuade them to let you enter the camp. They look wretched camped out here. We get this when we're not an academic, and we do have supplies. Interesting. Okay. We can't sit with the cool kids. That's alright. The parting glade. The forest rises behind the station, where a few tents have been set up. What might be an owl calls from somewhere in the wood. In the far distance, a great stone barrow rises over the trees. The glade, an oasis of wildflowers and sweet meadow field in the midst of the brooding trees, is where captains meet to do business and bring their ventures to the wood to conclusion. Let's drop off a settler. We've done it. They have arrived at their destination. Whether or not they still wish to be here is another matter entirely. It's been a bit. We had no idea where we're going. That's fair. Encourage your passenger to disembark. Things might have changed while you were in transit. You may not be rewarded as well now. The forest is silent, save for the call of a single bird. One of your crew takes a deep lungful of the musky air. In the distance, you hear a flock take flight. A gunshot. A horn. No one will look the settler in the eye. His scowl could shatter glass. We are late, he says. I can only hope the people of this good settlement are less prone to tardiness than you are. Here are your wages. I bid you good day. Well, you've delivered a settler. If you visit Queen's Cross in Port Prosper, you can pick up another or inspire a new crop to travel. We got 100 sovereigns. Excellent. We can get the chorister honey. Lightning burns an image of the wood into your eyes. Okay. That's some experience. Intriguing. Let's write a port report. I don't think we're going to spend as much time here as we did in Carillon. I don't think we particularly need any of that. Bronzewood. Might as well stock up on supplies, though. We are low on fuel. And there is, as far as I can tell, no place to get fuel. So that may be what does us in here in a bit. Let's go. Let's find more. The next captain's gonna be doing so great. Gonna have this big old map. Look at all that. Oh wow, I actually have found a fair bit. Kind of impressed. You are not where you thought you were. The sky is wrong. This is not where you were meant to be. Was it a trick of the mists? Has a wind carried you astray? Have the heavens themselves turned on their axes? We can't double back. We don't have the fuel for it. We can press on, push forward into stranger skies, and hope that somewhere beyond you'll find familiar territories again. We can do that when we have airs of terror. Sure. And we've not earned the wrath of the waste waif. Terrifying. Our chances are slim. We have failed. In Erie Road, the mist is soft at the windows. The stars have gone awry. You crawl onward. There is an outbreak of violent star madness among the crew. In time, you find your way back to a stretch of sky you can locate on your chart. Your journey continues. Our terror is up, but it's also down. I'm pretty sure it was 46 earlier. We've lost a crew member. We have so few of those. Maybe I shouldn't have stolen that supplies. That's good to know for next time. You gotta make the mistakes at least once. Bristol Fashion. Getting a lot of random events now. It's kind of cool. With crew levels low, less vital duties have begun to slip, like cleaning. Everything is covered in a layer of grime. There is a pervasive odor. It has passed the point of slovenliness. and begun to affect morale, safety, and the health of those on board. We can reassign engineers to cleaning duty. Doing so will affect the efficiency of your engines and therefore cost you fuel, but this place has become an absolute sty. It will cost us the last of our fuel. That doesn't seem like a terribly great idea. Or allow our vessel's condition to deteriorate. Unfortunately, there are more pressing concerns. Our engine is mostly staffed by the living? Can it not be? Is that an option? We're gonna go with that one. It also sounds bad, but a bad that's in the future. Unlike, wow. Getting rid of literally all of our fuel. Poor hygiene. Soon, some of your crew fall prey to a mysterious illness. Vivid blotches bloom on their necks. The muscles of their throats spasm in their sleep, choking them awake. Some do not recover. 1,000 deaths wait in the sky. We're down to 2 crew. I'm genuinely curious at this point what's going to kill us. Is it going to be the fuel, the terror, or just losing people left and right? We're in the Palewood, though. Anything nearby? Something. Port Avon's kind of close. I don't know if they sell fuel. Or if we can get there. There's a lot of walls up here. Just a whole lot of walls. Trader's Wood. Oh. So this whole area is Trader's Wood. This is just the port. Oh, you can click on these? Oh, that's so helpful. It tells you what their export is. How have I only just figured this out? There's new bargains here. Tells you if they sell fuel and supplies. I can check. Port Avon does indeed sell fuel. If I can get there, we won't run out of that. So that'd be helpful. A distant nebula shines on this place, its light as mellow as melted butter. A new smell behind the coal and the oil, the green, unlikely scent of apples. Oh, that was a wall. That was a building we just ran into. We're doing great, guys. We're doing fantastic. Can we blame it on the fact that there's 2 people? Alright, we made it to Port Avon. Recruit a repentant devil. Do you want to go to Carillon? Oh. We do not have the money. Or maybe he's from Carillon. Port Avon. Can I write a port report? Let's do it. Were it not for talk of smugglers and sky beasts, you could easily confuse this place for a village on the world you left behind. It's quite peaceful here. Apart from some fuss over a newspaper delivery, the villagers frown and change the subject when you ask about it. That's interesting. Let's host a tea party. Yeah. The clink of cups. The locals are still essentially British. They cannot resist the smell of tea. They enter nervously, like stray cats approaching an unexpected bowl of milk. As you pour, one attempts tentative conversation about the weather. You express amazement. Soon he is relaxed enough to risk an actual opinion. You smile into your cup. You're one of them now, for a little while. Alright. Let's just head to the shops. One of each. And we can be on our way. Yeah, I think back down to the Trader's Wood, probably. The smart thing to do would probably be to head back to New Winchester. We're not too far, so we can hire on more people. But while I said I'm not gonna like sail right into a Scrivener, I'm also not gonna do that smart thing, or like get all this terror dealt with. I probably shouldn't have bought the supplies. It's like, look at that, they're about equal. If one's gonna run out, it doesn't matter if we got an extra one. Ooh. Another signal box. Oh, we can't do anything with this one. I guess it's been too long. Or not long enough, rather. Just because you guys get my port reports doesn't mean I'm not collecting that bounty. Yeah, that's alright. Is it really going to be a Tackety? No, it's not going to be a Tackety. But it will be like the next thing that runs into us. Let's pillage their stores for fuel and supplies. It's a 50-50 shot. We failed. Oh boy. Assembling a boarding party, you plunge into the smoke-throttled corridors, but it's too late. The engine is an inferno. The flames leap, and the smoke is clogged with stinging embers. You have to retreat, empty-handed. Not all of you make it back. We've got a mangled Tackety nameplate. We've got a Tale of Terror. We've got 3 of those bad boys. And we're down to 1 person. So, all in all, we're doing great. We've got 5 hull health, which means I can run into a wall 5 more times. That's so many times. And I mean, really, on average, the numbers of times that I've run into walls, we're good for at least a little bit. What is this? What in the world? Okay. Terrifying. Can I park here? A heady pollen scent permeates the bridge, fierce as blooming lilies. This is, in fact, someplace we can go. Posey Park, Titania. There's apparently only 2 more ports for us to find. Valentine Square. Titania is cupped in the petals of a colossal orchid, heady with scent, lurid with color. An enclave of bohemians have made it their home, seeking inspiration in the wildness of the Reach. Oberon's Landing. The port unfurls itself, welcoming you ashore. This perfumed haven was intended for thinkers, artists, philosophers, and poets. Instead, you enter its main dome to find yourself surrounded by arguing bohemians and the unfinished shells of buildings in a variety of styles. I'll be real honest, I blacked out in the middle of that. I have no idea what I just said. But hopefully you do. And hopefully it was right. Nobody looks happy, but everyone agrees it's someone else's fault. Let's write a port report. What is Titania? A question with no easy answer. To the poets, a place of inspiration. To the stoneworkers, an untouched slab. To the playwrights, a blank page. A place of tranquility, of creation, and... Your interviewee pauses, suddenly looking worried. Do you hear buzzing? Apologies, must get inside. You can't see or hear anything, however, and must assume it's just a force of habit. Interesting. The mare is only available when the port is undamaged. Alarming. You know, we're gonna head out. They also sell coarser nectar, makes sense. You know what? We have 2 more ports somewhere out in the world to find. One is probably between here and the circus, and the other's on the edge, either below us or out between like Magdalene's and Carillon. So we're gonna find those, or we're gonna die trying. It's probably gonna be the latter, considering our whole situation. Is there not a path up here? I was kind of banking on there being a way out up here. This is a very neat and interesting world they've made for these sunless skies. Really makes you want to just spend time, explore the ports. If I wasn't on a mission, I would have spent a lot more time at, it's not called Trader's Wood, but the other place we found. Forest something? We're down to our last barrel of fuel. A crewman says, the crewman. They try to keep their voice even. Ooh. The Williams Wield. It feels like the plants are going to eat me here. A lush verdance encloses you, green as emeralds. That's probably not great. Ooh, but is that a lighthouse? Okay, yeah, I thought I heard like cannons going off. It's just some Tacketies trying to take on a dreadnought. As you do. Let's see, yeah. Perhaps around here. This is also kind of maybe just the way back to New Winchester, which in reality is where we definitely should be going. So you know what, we're at about an hour of recording. Here's what's gonna happen. Ooh, yeah, the clan room in Winchester. Well, I guess we're just gonna make it back. We're gonna fight this Tackety. No. I have like 3 or 4 port reports. I said I wasn't gonna get into fights I know I'm gonna lose. I've got like 5 health, and maybe I can take a Tackety on without getting hit once. But it's simply not a risk I'm willing to take. It seems for this playthrough, Captain Minerva, I might have called her Miranda earlier, that's wrong, and I'm sorry. Captain Minerva lives. Scamp's Narrow. A breach in the hull? Did we get this close and we die? Recent damage to your engine has left an alarming hole in its plating. Struggling as you are with a skeleton crew, you are short of skilled engineers to fix it. We can direct the repairs personally. You need more than a patch. You need to make repairs. We're so close. We're so close to that. You select some assistance, don your skysuit, and climb out to inspect the damage. We've got a 40% chance, almost. Or we can leave it. Untended, your hull will deteriorate further and the draughts will not improve morale. But you can risk neither crew nor supplies just now. Honestly, I can't risk crew. If that hits 0, we die. Odds are if I fail here, we die. Okay. I don't like our chances repairing the hull. We're gonna leave it. And die. We were so close. I had just decided we're gonna let Captain Minerva live. And the series was gonna end on a hopeful note. The captain's alive, able to pursue her dreams of wealth. Was about to make like 300 gold sovereigns on port stories, head out, buy some coarser nectar, fix up that clock tower, take some settlers to places. Now that we know where everything is, it was gonna be great. And then this. That's good. It's a clean end. We don't have to sit and wonder about what might happen in the future. There's no, well, like, why not have more episodes? The captain's alive. There's still more story out there, more adventures to be had. We've got a clean break. And that's good too. Oh, wait, what? Okay. It kept going. It's like, am I alive? What's going on here? Do I have to do another spiel? No, a rupture. With a groan like a dying whale, your locomotive's hull buckles. Die. The cold takes you. That has been Sunless Skies. Not all is lost. They managed to reclaim Beatrice. Spatchcock reclaimed locomotive. I thought it was called like the Orpheum. Convention did not dictate your predecessor's life. Their fellow bohemians collaborated to provide this gift in their memory. Aw, that's sweet. The bank, after funeral expenses, passed on what was left from their estate. Though possibly inaccurate, a copy of your predecessor's chart was discovered, and when all this is done, you will be a wiser person than the previous captain started out as. We got a moment of inspiration. I never did equip that drill. I wonder if it's lost. Oh, we're starting at level 4. Excellent. But we're not going to go to the next screen. This is a blank parchment for all of you to imagine what happens. And for me to find out. Next week, I think we're going to go back to some SRPGs. I've got a couple in the backlog. Tenderfoot Tactics, a King Arthur early access thing, and Fell Seal, I think. It's going to be one of those 3. I don't know which one. If you have a preference, and you're watching this before the next series starts, leave a comment. Tell me which one you'd rather see. But until then, I've been Atticus. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.